think we'll just take a moment and enjoy the peace and quiet. Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. I just wanted to kind of give you a little background about this performance you're about to see. Even though it's not very long, I'll say we've spent in music class about the last 4.5 months working on this thing. Back before we went on winter break in December, we had a meeting as a staff and we're like, okay, what is going to be like the big topic for our third quarter? And the kind of catchline for it was soy goes green. And it was a whole thing about energy conservation and recycling and, you know, kind of bringing that whole real world issue thing into focus for the kids, even at a third, fourth, and fifth grade level. And so after we had that meeting, I kind of thought, like, okay, how does music tie into this? How do we do, you know, solar energy and music? Well, over break, I went kind of looking around for some books and stuff, and I came across this book called Energy Island, which is a true story. And I'm like, well, this will work really good. This will become the basis of our performance. And so, the first day we came back from break with the kids, I read the story to them, and I said, okay, we're going to do a performance that ties in with this whole Energy Island story. I go, but, you know, since we are an engineering school, you know, we make things. And I'm not just going to hand you songs that are pre-recorded, pre-produced, and all that stuff. I go, we're going to find spots in the story where it seems like a logical spot, do a song, and then we're going to make a song. And so then the next assignment was, if we stopped here, what lyrics did the song? Why we have 5 battles. So anyway, so after they did the lyrics, I said, okay, now we have lyrics, now I need you to give me rhythms that would go with those lyrics. And after that, the next assignment was, now we have rhythms, now we got to put notes to those lyrics. Oh, we're having tech issues all over. That's the T instead. So anyway, after we had our notes to go with our lyrics and our rhythms, then it was time to start practicing the songs. But when I told them they had to write songs, I said, the number one thing is going to be the rhythms that you write, the notes that you write can only be within this restriction because those are the notes and rhythms that the 5th grade band can play. And so then we took those notes and rhythms and I printed out sheets for the band. And so the band's been practicing this music for about 2 months now, 2.5 months now. I gave it to them probably about 3 weeks before we went on spring break. And they've been working on that. And then after spring break, it was time to start trying to put this whole thing together. The story and the music and the lyrics and the band. And I think you're going to like what you see tonight, or at least the idea of where we're going with this whole thing. I can't promise that we're not going to have to stop and restart a song. I'm trying to coordinate 200 kids. I've never done that before. I don't know if I'll ever do it again. But so anyway, thank you for coming. I hope you enjoy our performance of Energy Island.
Welcome to Energy Island. The real name of our island is Samso, but we like to call it Energy Island. We are very ordinary here. In many ways, Samso was, and still is, not very different from where you live.
We have lots of fields and farms with farmers, cows and sheep, cattle, potatoes, corn, and strawberries. We have our home very efficient.
Our little home has recently become quite famous, and scientists travel from all over the world just to talk to us and learn what we've done. Why is that? Well, it's an interesting story. Let's go! Hold on to your hats! Our island is part of Denmark in the middle of the sea. That's why it is always very windy here. In the summer we have fun at the beach, and in the winter we play games inside. We have schools and villages. Grown-ups go to the grocery store. It is very ordinary here, apart from the way we used to use energy was very ordinary too. On dark winter nights, we switched on all the lights and turned up our heaters to keep warm. We used hot water without even thinking. And our oil came from tanker ships and trucks, and we used it to fill up our cars and our heating systems. And our electricity came from the mainline by the cable under the sea.
A few years ago, we didn't think much about how our energy was made or where it came from. But that was before we won a very unusual competition. The Danish Ministry of Environment and Energy chose Samso as the ideal place in Denmark to become independent of non-renewable energy.
A teacher named Soren Hermansen was selected to lead the Energy Independence Project. He was a very ordinary person too. Okay, he did play bass guitar in a band, but his favorite subject was environmental studies. He was very excited about energy independence. Tell me, class, what are some ways that we could conserve our energy right here on the island?
Capture heat from the sun. Ride bicycles instead of driving cars. Use oil from crops. Burn straw and wood.
Imagine if we really could use the sun, our crops, and even our own legs to power up the whole island. We wouldn't need the oil tankers to come here. We wouldn't have to worry about the world's oil running out. And we wouldn't need electricity to be sent from the mainland. Renewable resources are so much cleaner. Think of the money we'd save. We just had to think big.
But do you really think we can create that much energy ourselves from the sun, our crops, and our lives?
There is one thing we have plenty of on this island, and that's wind. Maybe we should start with wind energy.
That's a wonderful idea. Let's go.
Hold on to your hats! We kids were very excited about all the new ideas, as well for the grown-ups. Well, it took them a while to catch on. It will cost millions, as we feel up already. It's heat from the sun. Why should we bother with that? Look, my house is warm and I can watch TV. I'm happy. Bicycles? No way. I love my truck. Why not? Let some other island take on the challenge. Renewable energy? I'm too old for all that. Samso is just an ordinary place. What difference can we make in the world? Energy independence in your dreams.
But Soren Hermansen wouldn't get old, which is me. He called lots of local meetings. There's energy all around us. We just need to work together and think big to make the best use of it.
Teach the children to do it. Don't think small, you gotta think big.
Mr. Hermansen talked to everyone. The soccer team, the farmers at the market, all the teachers, the police, the fisherman, the harbor master, the lighthouse keeper, and the dentist.
This went on for several years. People listened and lots of them even agree with what Sir Henderson was saying, but nothing happened. Is anyone willing to make a change?
Mr. Henderson was excited. Two renewable energy products had just begun, one very small and one very big. Brian Carey called on all of his family and friends to help him put up the wind turbine. While it took a big ship, some giant trucks, and two enormous cranes. The project didn't seem so happy yet, but we're still using a lot of non-renewable energy. It looks like we might never achieve our dream. Then one dark winter night, sleet and snow blasted across the island. Suddenly, all the electricity on the island went out. Everything was dark.
Everything, that is, except my house for electricity. I started my wind turbine work. Tonight I'm energy independent. The blades of my new turbine were wishing and whirring in the wind. News travels fast on a small island like Samso. After that night, everyone was asking how they could make energy of their own.
Suddenly, Soren Hermansen was busier than ever helping people start new energy projects. The whole island got to work. Some people had big ideas, some people had small ones, but they all were important to working toward our goal.
The home family installed solar panels on their farm. Today, their sheep are munching grass while the panels soak up energy from the sun. Ingvar Jorgensen built a biomass furnace. It burns straw instead of oil, and now heats his and his neighbor's house. In fact, biomass is so big on Samso, whole villages are now heated by wood and straw grown on the island. Eric Anderson makes tractor fuel from his canola crop, and Brian Kerr's wife, Bettina, whizzes around an electric car. Their windmill powers the batteries.
Every one of us has an energy independent story. That's why people all over the world want to hear the latest news from Energy Island.
Let's see if Jorgen Tranberg will take us up the ladder to the very top of his fantastic wind turbine, so we can see what Samso is like today. As you can see, there is plenty going on. Now we have lots of wind turbines. Down there is Samso's brand new learning center, the Energy Academy, where kids and grown-ups from all over the world come to learn about what we've achieved and to talk about new ideas for creating, sharing, and saving energy.
Guest to the director of the Academy is an extraordinary teacher named Soren Hermansen. Things have really changed on our small island in the past 2 years. We no longer need oil from the oil tankers, and we no longer need electricity from the mainland. In fact, on very windy days, we have so much electricity that we send some back through the cable under the sea for other people in Denmark to use.
Samso may be a small island, but we have made a difference in the world by reducing our carbon emissions by 140% in just the last 10 years. And we did it all by working together. That's how we got the nickname Energy Island.
And what can you do to make a difference on your island? What's that? You say you don't live in an island? Well, maybe you think you don't, but you actually do. We all do. We're all islanders on the biggest island of them all, planet Earth. So it's up to us to figure out how to save it. There's renewable energy all around us. We just need to work together to make the best use of it.
she wants me to pick her up from school. I haven't gotten her out.